joining us. Walk us through your quarterly performance just for the benefit of our viewers in terms of demand, cost pressures, and what is happening to the thermal coal business given that right now there is a huge squeeze in the way how there is coal availability and there is a huge uptick in global coal prices.
Good morning, Nikunj. It's such a pleasure to be part of your show. The quarter has been a very good and a consistent quarter. This is the ninth consecutive quarter where we have shown growth compared to the previous quarters. And I think this shows that how sustainable has been the operations of Tata Power. This year also, all the three quarters we have shown growth. And this quarter, we have a PAT of nearly 552 crores, which is about 10% more than what it was in the Q2 of this year. And this is primarily because all our existing operations have stabilized. Our generation business, our renewable business has shown exceedingly good performance. And so also our distribution business in Odisha has started giving profits. And this quarter we saw that all the four discoms made profits for the first time. And we do expect that going forward, this will be the consistent performance that we will see. The only area where there is a certain yo-yo is in the coal prices. The Indonesian coal prices have been going up for last, I would say, 2 quarters. And we see that this will continue possibly for another 2 quarters. There has been fully stress on the energy prices. The Brent crude has been about $90 per barrel. So also imported coal has been at the $180-200 range. So we do find that international coal prices will continue to be in the same range, maybe come down a little lower in $150-160 range, but it would still be much higher than what it had been in the previous years. As you would have earlier seen, Indonesia had put an export ban because they wanted coal to be used and supplied for their Indonesian power plants. The government-owned generating company PNN wanted more quantity of coal for themselves. And for the first 20 days of January, the ban was there, and thereafter it was lifted. And we expect that because of this, the impact will be that at least for next 2 quarters, we will have a stress in supply of coal, and thereby the prices will remain higher. But over a period of time, we expect that these things will get stabilized and it should come back to the normal what it was before COVID.
Now, what has excited your shareholders and markets, Mr. Sinha, is that Tata Power is migrating from being a traditional thermal-based coal producer to a new age green and clean power producer. So I'm going to just draw our viewers' attention to your comments in yesterday's con call. The management has guided that they are in talks with strategic investors for a renewable portfolio and are in advanced stages, and the completion is expected soon. Now you're using words like advanced stage and the completion is expected soon. So what exactly are you negotiating? Where are you looking at selling a stake? How soon do you think the transaction could get completed? You got to give me some more light, sir, because the standard answer which we get from the management is that we will inform when the right time comes and we will create shareholder value. But since you've specifically mentioned in the call, my curiosity levels are high.
Yeah, so we had also mentioned yesterday that we have huge growth plans in renewable. And when we talk of the renewable portfolio, it starts from manufacturing to EPC to utility scale, and then the rooftop and the solar pump business, as well as the EV. Now, we also announced yesterday that we will be setting up a 4 gigawatt greenfield solar manufacturing facility consisting of cells and modules with an investment of nearly 3,400 crore. Now, with the growth plan that we have, it is very important that we get some money into the company to fund the growth that we are looking at. And we are very clear that this money will come from some investors who will come on board and will be partner in the growth plan that we have set for ourselves. So it's not a very large stake sale. It's a small uh, quantum of stake that we will be offering to some investors, and to that extent, these would be investors who are basically financial investors who would come on board, and the money that will come will be used only for the growth purpose of the renewable business. So the renewable platform that we will create, whatever growth money is required, that will come over there. We also have huge plans for the growth in transmission and distribution, and whatever are the internal accruals of Tata Power will be used for the growth in transmission and distribution business. So that's the way we have planned our future growth. And considering that it's many more times the numbers that we have now, it's important that we get a partner who uh, is there along with us in the future investments.
Mr. Sinha, I'm just comparing, let's say, the Tata Motor deal, where a large investor, who is financial investor, who came into the electric vehicle business. So what you're confirming to us is that, look, there's a strategic investor who could be picking up a small stake in the entire new portfolio of Tata Power. Do you expect the deal to see the light of the day before this financial year ends?
We are working very hard for that. And these are very complex documentation that takes place, and these are long-term relationships that we believe in. So we need to be very cautious in terms of what partner we are getting, who has the same appetite and same DNA of being long-term investors, as also strongly believes in the growth story of India, especially in the renewable space, and Tata Power growth story in renewables. So it takes time to come to a conclusion on these arrangements. But I can tell you that there are huge amount of interest in this, and we should be closing very soon. We definitely target that in this financial year we should be in a position to close this.
Curiosity, with one more follow-up question, can you confirm to us if any non-binding bids have been signed? I'm sure when you're negotiating a deal like this, given your brand, and it is a Tata Group company, there would be multiple suitors. It's like I say in Hindi, ek anar so bimar. So have you signed any firm agreements, any binding agreements?
No, no binding agreement has been signed. Once we sign a binding agreement, we will definitely announce that. So right now it's still at the due diligence stage, and once that is completed, we'll sign a binding agreement, and that's what is taking time.
Okay. Nantara?
Good morning, Mrs. Sinha. Thanks so much. Of course, the story we at ET now had, of course, also broken when it came to value unlocking and the renewable business. Just taking off from that, and you indicated that also in your answer, big plans as far as solar goes from manufacturing upwards. What exactly, can you share more details? For example, we've heard about the new plant coming up in Chhattisgarh, a new piece of land that you're looking for, which could also be commissioned for a new factory, etc.
So the plant is not coming in Chhattisgarh, it's in a different state in southern part of India. And we are in the final stages of finalizing the agreement with the state government. This is a 4 gigawatt plant for both cell and modules, and we will commission it by next year, October. So that's the timeline that we have set for ourselves. This is a technology we understand because we've been operating a cell and modules plant in Bangalore, and just 2 years back we expanded the capacity, and we are very confident that this will be state-of-the-art facility that we will create. The second is in Chhattisgarh, we are doing an EPC order for solar and storage, and that's the order that we will be executing in the state of Chhattisgarh at the various locations. Typically, for all these projects, we acquire the land and also set up these facilities. And that's the way that we will be implementing this project.
Mr. Sinha, since I'm sure you've read all of the same brokerage reports that we have been, which are saying that the renewable deal is, of course, going to be the most important factor to watch out for Tata Power. You have, of course, been very candid and explained everything to Nikunj. Just one final clarification: the small stake that we have broken the story, that could be around 10%. Is it going to be around that? And will it be a strategic investor or a financial investor?
We would not be able to commit anything in terms of what is the stake value or stake amount or percentage, because this is something that is still under discussion. But I will only like to mention that typically for a small stake you get financial investors, not strategic investors. But these are very good investors that would come and will be a long-term investor in this business.
All right, so some sort of a confirmation there on what is the plan for the renewables business. Mr. Sinha, it's been a pleasure interacting with you. Thank you so much for joining in on ET Now. So that's the word coming in from the management of Tata Power. As of now, they say that they are looking for a strategic partner to help scale up their renewable business. No binding agreement has been started just as yet, but they will be very cautious when it comes to picking a like-minded long-term investor for their renewables business. Well, let's get right back then to our guests and Kunal, discuss what the outlook is when it comes to the entire IT sector. You know, Sanjeev began by talking a little bit about how